What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Lemme Dink
Dink.
podcast. Whether you're on your way to school, you're on your way to work, or you just got the next hour or so to kill, turn off your brain, listen to what we gotta say, because we can defend what we gotta say. You just gotta let me think about it.
Lemme Dink.
Hit the box. Hit
Hit
the
the
box.
box.
Hit the box.
All right. Yeah, let's get one of mine in here. All right. If you had a monkey companion, would you want them to sound like a white guy or a black guy?
Neither. I want them to sound Middle Eastern.
That's not the question.
Middle Eastern.
Would you want them to sound like a white guy or a black guy? Answer truthfully.
I mean, white guy. Honestly, white guy.
You want us to have a white
White
monkey?
white guy because you didn't say like you know you didn't give me a lot of specifications. You said white or black. I'm choosing white. And usually when you get to select things, right? You select things at a fast food restaurant. You select things. You select the character in a video game.
Sure.
You select the car.
Sure.
You get to select other things
Yeah.
like little modifications, what they get to wear, things like that.
Yeah.
I'm picking that. Wait. You answer, and then I'm gonna give you my full take on it.
I think Middle Eastern was the correct answer, honestly.
No. Give your answer. Give your
All right,
answer.
all right. I think I want. If I had a monkey companion, but I want them to sound like a white guy or a black guy.
Because the way I'm thinking about it, you get to select like big and then smaller, right? So I get to select overall white, and then I get to select like Boston accent. That's a white guy accent,
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah,
you get
yeah.
to select like lower things, right? Like, like.
Is he
I'm gonna
gay?
be honest. I just want a monkey that sounds like Bill Burr. That's what I wanted to
Bill
get to.
Burr.
I was trying to think of a way to like formulate that into a joke in my head, and I couldn't do it. Okay,
I think I'd
fuck it,
want.
we
Okay,
ball.
and then in that case, I think I would want my monkey to sound like a black guy.
Shit,
And what?
shit.
What's wrong with that?
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get you out of this one.
I want my
I'll
monkey
do
to
it.
sound like a black guy, specifically the black guy that I would like to for them to sound like is former U.S. President Barack Obama. Dude,
That would be pretty
if
sick.
my
Not gonna lie.
monkey, that's my monka. If my monkey sounded like Barack Obama, dude, I'd get fucking, I'd make him an Instagram and like just live off of his views.
I shit my pants.
My fellow Americans, I shit my pants.
But it would have to be things that like he's a hindrance on your life. I uh I ate the remote.
Excuse me, Rico. I sprayed feces all over the walls and can't clean it up.
I posted something on your Twitter. Don't ask me what it is.
I accidentally flashed a dog. It needs therapy.
You're Latino. Why are you not deported?
My
Who's the president?
very good friend Joe Biden. He's not a racist. He does not like little kids. And he does not harbor any children in his basement. I don't know why people say that. He's a very good friend of mine.
You got oil where your family comes from?
What?
You got oil where your family comes from?
I'm a monkey,
I need
so
that.
I forget to remember. He's still a monkey.
I'll kick Trump's ass. And I'm 50. Holy fuck. Hit the box, hit the box, hit the box. We're gonna definitely need an editor. We're gonna definitely need to pay him good. Actually, you know what? Scratch that. We can never have an editor.
Yeah, because then he's gonna bribe
gonna-
us.
yeah.
I mean, not bribe. Yeah,
He's gonna have like
blackmail us.
like from 2 episodes. He's gonna have like a 30-minute like if you don't ever want this footage to get out, 30, 30 buckaroonies.
If you could punch any kid in the face as hard as you could, which historical person would it be?
Them as a kid,
Yeah,
huh? Because I feel like that changes the trajectory of some people's lives.
yeah, yeah. Because what if they like you punch them as a kid, but like, and they're like, they never go down that route. You know what I mean? You got to keep in mind you're also a Mexican dude.
What is that? What is that?
I'm just saying it might affect your answer, may or may not.
What does that mean? So I'm not gonna hit them if they're Mexican?
No, I'm just saying you can pick whoever you want. I'm just saying the person who punched them is a Mexican dude that looks like
Oh,
you,
true, true,
and
true,
it is
true,
you.
true, 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 true. I could either like start a race war
Yeah.
or like
What if you
or
punch like
teach
a very
someone a
powerful
lesson.
person?
True. What if that's what happened? What if Trump, Loki, when he went to school, there
Yeah,
was
like you
like,
went back in time.
and I witnessed that there was a Mexican kid that like totally used to dunk on Trump for like no reason, like
Yeah.
all the time. He used to just humiliate him in front of girls and everything. And Trump was like, one day I'm gonna make you and everyone, I'm gonna make your whole family
I'm
pay.
gonna take your citizenship somehow. I
And,
don't
and
know how, but
and then
I do it.
and then the guy who the Mexican guy who's like bullying him, he like grabs like mud and he like smudges it all over his face. He's all like, "You want to look like me, don't you? Here, here, I don't know, orange bitch." And
Do you
then
think it
like
was tanning at that point?
who?
Trump, like a
No,
12-year-old?
that's what I'm saying. So like I don't know in the way that I'm thinking, maybe they're at like the same school, and like every time they like in the locker room or something, he like always bullies him.
Yeah.
So he's just like, I'm gonna get back at you one day, and then the guy's just like, whoosh, like get the fuck out of here, man. And he has all the bitches,
So you
probably.
would punch Trump as a kid as
No,
hard as you could?
no, you didn't hear
Oh,
what happened to that one guy who there was a streamer who got detained by ICE because he said some stuff about like the Trump administration.
you get detained by ICE?
Yeah, it was literally at O'Hare Airport. Yeah, he just said some because he streams every day, so like
Yeah.
he said some stuff, and then he was traveling, and then they stopped him, and they were like, he did a whole video about it. Everybody's low key talking about it. But
No, wait, what was his name? The streamer.
Hassanabi, I think
Hasanabi? That guy's a
Hassan
very like a radical
Piker.
leftist.
Yeah, Hassan Piker.
I hate that guy.
Lemme Dink podcast versus the Hassan podcast if he has one. Let us know. You know he's like huge actually.
Yeah, he's ginormous,
He's
but
like
he's
six
also like,
seven, and he's like
oh, like in terms of size, not even like his
no, no,
following.
no. He's like
He's not
huge.
six
No,
seven.
swear to God, he's like 6'7", and he's like
No
maybe not six
way.
seven, but he's like 6'5". Like I'm not even
Nah,
like
sick. He strikes me as the 5'10" type of guy.
no, genuinely, and he's like like I know. It might
He
sound like
looks
I'm
he looks
glazing him.
muscular, but I don't think he's 6'3" at
I've
even.
seen videos of him. These are the videos that I'm talking about that I watch sometimes. He was on like there was like a big streamer something, and I watched like a couple of clips from that. And dude, like I'm not even kidding. Like he looks like a boy amongst men, and it'll be him like some grown ass men. I'm not talking about the streamer
Yeah,
like our size guys. No, it's like grown ass men, and like
yeah,
he makes those guys look like us next to him.
dude. You know what? I don't think he wasn't in the creator clash, was he? Where he was like the boxing. He wasn't in that,
I
was
don't
he?
no.
I feel like the fact that he wasn't in that tells me that he probably is terrible at fighting.
He probably is because I saw him play basketball and he wasn't that good.
Yeah, he's not strike me as the athletic type.
Like he could score, but like nah, yeah, he's not that good.
Nah, dude, he probably would not last a single round.
Versus who? Who are
Me,
we talking about?
me,
Versus you?
where's me?
Dude, he probably outweighs you. Probably you and me together probably
He
weigh
probably
him.
outweighs us. Yeah, we could take him
Wait. Yeah, literally us.
one
Like,
after. Yeah, one after the other. We could take him.
who's going first?
I'll go first.
Oh,
I'm the first in the gorilla fight.
What if you get knocked out one punch? Fuck.
You're next.
What does that mean?
That means you
I
got
need you to take
a
out
second
so much damage.
chance.
You never played Pokemon, have you?
Nah.
The way you play Pokemon is your best Pokemon is supposed to go first and take out as much. He knows he's gonna die at some point, but he has to take out as much people as he can, and then you play like.
So then you go first.
Nah. Let's not go crazy.
I am not. I may be the best Pokemon, but I'm the champion Pokemon.
We only got two
anymore.
Pokemon though.
Is it revive potion?
True.
Who's our trainer?
Um.
Who has his
Voice critical.
Pokeballs? Barack Obama is our trainer.
Oh shit! Yeah.
He's like,
He gets
I'm
revenge on
gonna throw my Mexicans out. It's against Hassan Piker.
Whoever gets out, not deported.
If you guys both survive, I'll release you to the wild
In the O'Hare Airport.
your native land of Texas.
Shit. Chicago.
Chicago. these are
Funny.
these are not my fellow Americans. These are my fellow immigrant criminals.
Not my problem anymore. Fuck them. Fuck them up.
Fuck them up.
70% voted for me. Just a bunch of continue laughing.
It's what I do.
Oh yeah.
Barack Obama is such a goofy talker. All right, next.
Oh,
Hit
shit.
the box. Hit the box.
I got you. I got you. 100 zebras versus 10 giraffes. Who's winning?
Zebras.
Are you sure about that?
Giraffes can't run away.
Who said that?
They fight in packs.
They have 10 giraffes versus 100 zebras.
I know.
How are the zebras gonna defeat the giraffes?
Zebras are feisty. You know that's why we can't tame them.
What do you mean?
They're genetically like they can't. They're untamable.
What does that mean?
They're too wild. Like you know how we domesticated horses over time,
Uh-huh.
and we can ride them.
Uh-huh.
The reason why we don't ride zebras is because they just fight everything.
Wait, actually, I just thought about that. Why don't we ride zebras?
They fight everything.
Nah,
I
feel
swear
like
to God.
someone. You never seen a mink Joseph the Mink Man?
Yeah.
Dude, he sophisticated minks, and
Yeah.
everyone said that they weren't able to. Nah, we just have to spend time with them. I feel like we could definitely,
Nah.
dude. We can.
I mean, I'm sure you
Come
every once in a
on,
while. I bet
Mikey.
you every once in a while. I bet you'd come across a couple zebras that like you can tame, but
That's not even the way it works. All you do
it's
is
too dangerous.
you
Apparently,
you have a herd of zebras, right? You have them from a babies, so they
Yeah.
grow up like
In
more
captivity?
in captivity and more tame than the average. That's not going to be the final product. They're going to have babies, right? And the most tame from those babies, those are the ones you kind of pay the most attention to, and you make those with other ones that are super tame, and over like 3 generations, that's bro, you have a tame ass zebra that is okay with people specifically, and then you just train it. That's all you do. That's literally all you do. It's just that
Yeah.
nobody wants, dude. That like
it's too
nobody
dangerous.
nobody wants to. But if you think about it, dude, imagine we saw people riding zebras. That'd be dope as fuck.
That would be cool.
Dude, dude, that's what God intended, bro. We were not supposed to be driving cars. We were supposed to be driving like mooses, deers,
Moose.
zebras. Dude, imagine.
Dude, how would you even get on top of a moose every time?
That's for the taller people. Think about it.
Do you know how tall moose are?
Think about it, bro.
Do you
Have
know
you
how
ever
tall moose
have you
are?
ever have you ever been inside of
Do
a
you know how tall
Ferrari
moose
or a
is?
Lamborghini, and then you realize that if you're like over like 6'3", no way you're gonna fit inside a Lamborghini
Yeah.
or a Ferrari. Like
Do you know how tall moose is?
a moose, and like yeah, they're like 6'7" and shit, right? How tall? Like 8 feet, 8 feet, 9 feet, 7 feet, 11 feet.
They're 10 feet tall.
I mean, that's for tall people
On average. On fours.
on average.
on all
average.
fours,
Have you ever
moose
seen
are
this?
10 feet tall.
Have you ever seen this one guy? It's one Instagram guy called Bo something. He's like 7 feet.
Bobo?
He needs like huge like stuff because he always hits his head on the ceiling.
You talking about the basketball player?
Nah, a random white guy. He
Oh,
probably played basketball. I don't know.
Bo?
Full show.
Bo for sure. Okay, well, I think 100 zebras would totally destroy 10 giraffes.
Okay,
Easy.
okay. But if you just said the giraffes are in packs, right? Let's say the giraffes see that the 100 zebras are coming and they do not have a way out. I think the giraffes are just stomping on all their necks, bro.
They're gonna be stomping. That's their only attack. But you're gonna tell me
Powerful
that
ass attack.
you're gonna tell me that zebras who also move in herds wouldn't just run them over? 100?
Versus 10 giraffes.
10 giraffes.
But also
They got weak legs.
have you ever seen a giraffe fight? That's not their only attack, low key. They have horns and they can like.
No, they don't. You're
Yeah, they
making
do.
that shit
No,
up.
no, no.
You're making it up.
Uneducated.
There's
Look at this uneducated.
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 Oh, look at me. The uneducated Mexican stereotype.
I didn't say it.
okay.
I didn't. I wanted to, but I didn't say
wow, wow. That's not the first time I heard that one.
No, but for real, that ass, they go.
All thanks to me, Barack Obama.
Uneducated. No, but for real, that ass, they whip they like whip whatever they're trying to attack.
No, dude, I know that their legs are
And 10 of them.
Their legs are deadly. Their stomping attacks are actually deadly.
That head is deadly.
You're gonna have to live with that one. giraffes actually do kill lions from stomping on them. But
I'm telling you, dog.
100 zebras, I don't see it happening. Just hit the box, man. What are you doing? What are you writing down?
I'll concede that one.
I need him to concede. I took that from him. Actually, I won that. Sheer brute force.
We both have really bad handwriting. I can't tell if it's you or
Mine are
me.
super tiny. I did not rip off half a sheet for one question.
What's one
I had
skill
one sheet to work with.
you would steal from any person in the world? Who and why?
Wait, what was the question?
What's one skill you would steal from any person in the world? Who and why?
I think I would steal probably oh, you said a skill.
Yeah.
I was gonna say so,
So
like
like
I
cooking,
was gonna say
climbing. The
congressman's
fuck?
like knowledge of insider trading, but it's not really a skill. Because you can make literally like $1 million in a day.
I mean, you could have like charismatic. Being charismatic is a skill, so you could technically use that to become like a congressman,
Oh
and
yeah,
then know
who you
insider
think the
trading.
most charismatic person in the world is?
Probably the most well
Probably like a serial
connected.
killer,
What?
like the most successful serial killer of all time.
Nah, probably like a businessman.
Nah, if you can kill somebody, you can get somebody to kill to like lure them to your house and get them killed without like ever getting caught.
That's so easy, bro. I could call like a delivery guy. Like
Yeah, and then that guy would go missing, and they'd be like, "Oh, the last time he got tracked was to this house."
I could call him to the house over there, and then when he's like looking for the pizza, or whatever, follow his car. Well, you know what? Never mind.
You follow his car, and then you get
Follow
this
his car
knife that
into the
you,
woods, cut
and
off
then
his
you
neck.
take this gun where you shave off the
It's my
serial
favorite
number.
part.
Everybody knows that the way to take off the fingertips without getting your fingerprints on there is to shave off the little nubs on on the tips of their hands, and that way there's no way of identifying. Don't forget to smash all the little teeth so that there's no way the dental records can actually come back to you.
Ages 18 to 32, white, possibly Hispanic, double cheese, no sausage. That's
Oh,
all the
that was a
details
very
they're gonna have
specific
from the
pizza.
case. And you're never gonna catch me.
Never gonna catch me.
All right, the last question of the night. Here it is. I'm pretty sure it's a Rico question, and you probably know what it is if we haven't
I,
asked
I
it.
I know what it is. It's a good question.
How many little
Oh, that's not that was the that was not the question I was
how
thinking
many
of.
little people you think you can take all at once? Hey yo. I mean, what are we
I
talking
meant
about?
fighting. I
Take
meant fighting. I
Oh,
meant fighting.
okay.
Like the maximum amount before you like literally like fall.
have you ever interacted with a little person?
N- You know what, dude? I've never met like a little person that was a man. Isn't that weird?
It's fucked up.
That's weird. I'm thinking like there's tons of like little people that were women at like the McDonald's I used to work at that would
Really?
that would order. Yeah, like at three different ones. They were like regulars.
That's weird.
Yeah, not regulars. One of them was a regular, but the other two I'm just on occurrence. And they're both all three of them were women though.
We're all like Mexican or black
They were
or
Mexican. Yeah, all three of them.
all three of them?
Yeah,
Dude, what?
yeah.
Are you sure they weren't just really short? They were actually like
No, they got the foreheads. You know.
were they all related somehow?
I don't know. I mean, it might be that could have been well. The other two I'd never seen before, but there was one lady who was like
A regular.
she like lived in the neighborhood.
Did did I mean Rico's girlfriend? You can skip ahead for this part of the video. They have some fat asses.
I don't know. It's the
You
drive-through.
knew
Yeah, the drive-through. But
could you tell from where you were
could I tell if the ass is fat from the
from the
drive-through?
forehead? You could there has to be some
Do you
correlation.
think
Like
there's a correlation
yeah,
to
like
prominence of forehead?
dude, there has to be. There has to be.
Nah, there's no way.
Actually, low
There's
key, now
probably
that
a
I think about it, every girl that I met that has a forehead like a little bit protruding, fat
like it
ass.
like as soon as
Tell me
okay.
nah.
Hold on. If do you think that as
Jamaica,
soon as the
let me
forehead
see.
starts flattening out like at the top of their head,
Wait, what?
because you know how like most people's forehead, like their hairline starts like right before their head starts curving.
Mm-hmm.
But do you think like as soon as somebody's hairline goes back where it starts flattening like flat, you know what I'm
Did they
talking
got a
about?
fat ass?
Yeah.
I don't know about that one. I'm because we're putting a lot of information out there. I don't want to. correlate. I don't want to overlap. All I'm gonna say is that I
Ain't
have
nothing
video
pretty.
proof.
Ain't nothing better than a pretty big forehead bitch.
I'm gonna be honest. I have
To
video
quote
proof
Kanye West,
that
the
for
great
dude, that
orator,
motherfucker said he
and
sucked his
spitting.
cousin's dick or
Yeah,
some shit.
this guy's spitting facts.
I don't
This
know if
guy
I'm gonna be quoting Kanye anymore,
Quan.
but
This guy. That guy's a. That guy's crazy. I think we can officially like say Kanye West is crazy. Before it was like, that guy's crazy. Now it's like that guy's literally crazy.
dude, Kanye West was literally putting on for Chicago for the longest time,
I
and then
know.
now we can't even
He was our guy. Now we got to go back
can't
to
even claim that
fucking
shit
Barack
no more.
Obama.
Fuck that shit.
I would. I mean, to be fair, we do have a pope and president from Chicago. Isn't that crazy? Two people, two of the most powerful people in the world. The pope. People say that the pope is second to the U.S. president in terms of influence, and
Second, really?
yeah, in
The
terms of
U.S.
influence,
president
not
has
power, not power,
no, but I mean
influence.
like more, like the U.S.
President has more influence than the pope,
Really?
and then but right after is the pope, and then I don't know who's the fuck is third, but probably like Russian president or Chinese president.
Wait, really? That's actually really interesting because one's a religious figure. Like the U.S. president is just governing like a plot of land. Technically, the
Yeah,
religion crosses boundaries, crosses like borders and shit. And the U.S.
yeah,
president still has more influence, more power in the world.
yeah.
That's kind of bad.
Military, dude, military.
That's really, really, really bad.
Yeah, it's really terrible. It's like I think Shane Gillis was the one that said this. He was like, "Dude, if anybody wants to be the president, don't give him, don't let him." It's like everybody, we should appoint a president like the Pope.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Because it's like everybody who is president in the United States, apart from the first couple, has always been like, "Oh, I want to run. Everybody vote for me. I want to be president. Yippee!" It's always been like that. And it's like anybody who wants like immense power, like ultimate say in the world, because that's really what being the U.S. president is. It's like you literally have this a say in the entire planet. Like that's just insane,
It's better to light a candle than curse the darkness.
huh? Would you look up
The night rinses what the day has soaped.
soaped?
Measure 1,000 times and cut once.
Ooh, that one was crazy. Although I think 1,000's a little.
Change yourself, and fortune will change.
Change your underwear.
Oh,
Wash your
in
butt
love,
later.
there is always one who kisses and one who offers the cheek.
In love?
Yeah.
That's kind of messed up though.
Who
Friend zoning?
begins too much accomplishes little.
Wait, who? What?
Who begins too much accomplishes little. Like if you
That's
just
I don't agree with that one.
why not?
How you gonna say
German
who
proverb.
begins too much accomplishes little? That's like saying like, oh, don't try a bunch of new things because you should just stick to one thing and just do that.
But you do know that if you try a bunch of things, you're never gonna be able to truly master one.
Well, of course, but you would rather like figure out what you want to do.
That's funny that you're against it because Germans are so like typically known for being like you have to follow the rules. Like
Yeah,
things are like a reason for the thing whatever.
yeah. That's how Germans talk. That's like actually like
Yeah.
how they talk. So if you guys didn't know, have any like relative information of Germany, that's exactly what they sound like.
Oh, there is no shame in not knowing. The shame lies in not finding out.
Oh, that
Oh,
seems contradictory to the last one.
nah.
What? You fucking Germans, man.
Before you score, you must first have a goal. That shit
Dang.
spitting.
So why not begin
Yo!
a lot
In a
before
battle between
accomplishing?
elephants, the ants get squashed. Fire,
Oh, that's
fire,
crazy.
fire, fire,
That's like
fire,
the U.S.
fire.
versus China.
Ah, why is there fire coming from my phone right now? If you take big paces, you leave big spaces. Bro, that one was just like bars.
That was like you did a little.
He said Mm. Give a man a oh no. Do not rejoice at my grief, for when mine is old, yours will be anew. I don't know. I mean, I get what they're going, but it didn't rhyme, so fuck that shit.
Yeah, that was not spitting.
Examine what is said, not who speaks. Ooh.
Dang, he said you are nobody, boy.
A large chair does not make a king.
Mm.
Ooh.
As far as you Instagram influencers out there,
That's what you get. A teacher is better than two books. I don't know if I agree with that one. How big are the books?
well, think about it. A teacher can teach you a lot
Smaller
more
than
than a
two
book
books.
can, in my opinion. A good one, a good teacher.
Character is always corrupted by prosperity. Huh.
I
That's
guess
crazy.
like selling your soul, like the
Character is
rappers.
always corrupted by prosperity.
I don't
Damn.
know about
Yeah,
always.
I know, right? Because I'm thinking about like Mr. Beast and shit, and like, there's definitely some people that I follow that are like big influencers and stuff. Have you seen that one guy who he'll go into like restaurants and stuff, and he'll be like, "Hey, can I get like 100 sandwiches?"
And then like not pay for any of them.
No,
Oh,
no, and the places will be like, "Oh yeah," and then on top of your 100, we're gonna give a free 100 because you're gonna give it for the homeless, right? He's like,
yeah,
"Yeah," and then he gives them out. Like, I feel like those people, like, they're trying to do a good. I don't know, man.
yeah.
Maybe they got exposed.
We
Whatever.
gotta go to commercial break, guys, real quick.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah. Where are we reading again? German proverbs. Are they like religious proverbs or just German proverbs in general?
I searched up fucking Chinese proverbs and they gave me a whole bunch of shit.
Oh, interesting.
But that's why I'm like trying to read through
I
it.
love the one who takes big spaces or takes big paces, leaves big spaces. That
All
one
right,
was fire.
this one's kind of fucking me up.
Okay.
Truth is more valuable if it takes you a few years to find it. Truth is more valuable if it takes you a few years
Uh,
to find
I guess it's like it's it's you get more out of something when you figure it out rather than just knowing that it works. You know what I mean? It's like saying like, oh, you to be a YouTuber, you got to be consistent.
it.
And it's like,
Nah,
oh, okay, that's all it takes. But it's like, no, you got to do that shit
no.
before you realize how
This one's
consistency works.
spitting. This one's spitting because it's like you. Someone asks you like, what type of movies do you like? You're like, oh, I like scary movies. And then over time, you're like, no, I mean, I like scary movies, but I like scary movies with like a lot of blood, or like I like scary movies where you don't know who the killer is. And then more time goes on, it's like, oh, I like scary movies. You don't know who the killer is by this director, and then
Yeah,
it goes more and more and more as more time goes on, and then like, yeah, damn, I actually like that one a lot, Loki.
yeah, dude. Realize that the freaking prophecy fulfilled itself.
What? How?
You just slowly figured out what the meaning to that proverb
Bro,
was, dude. That's
stop.
crazy.
Fall 7 times, stand up 8. Japanese proverb. This Japanese proverb teaches us that perseverance is one of the most important virtues. There are lots of Japanese proverbs, but this one reminds us hardly anyone succeeds on their first try or even their second. You just have to keep on keeping on. Bro, for real, bro. There's probably a lot of people at home, and if you're listening to this at work, if you're listening to this on your way to school, just, bro, like, I appreciate you guys, sticking around for this long.
Yeah,
And whatever you're doing, man, because I remember I used to put on podcasts when I would just be like doing like the most grueling work at work or school or whatever, just trying to like pass the time. So if you're going through something that you're just like, man, I don't want to fucking be here. Hopefully, we're making the time go by faster, and you're gonna get out of it, man. You just gotta stand up 8 times, man. Apparently, some
stand
Japanese
up eight.
motherfucker a couple years ago. But all right, Italian proverb: if you can't live longer, live deeper.
Ooh,
Dude, that is fucking true because every single time you hear that someone is like, I found out I have 8 months to live. I found out I have a year to live. Bless you. They're
thank you.
always like, oh,
I'm gonna do
I
everything.
traveled the world.
Yeah,
I started a business. I told my family I love them. But like, they always do the most. So yeah, bro.
yeah,
Now that we know, like, you and me, everybody, right? Like,
yeah,
that we're like, oh, I'm gonna die like later. We're like living life like, okay, like, I'm gonna do it tomorrow type shit.
yeah.
But
Bro,
like,
I'm gonna just sleep in today.
but if you and me, anyone found out that like we got like next 3 months to live,
Dude,
like,
I'd be making YouTube videos nonstop.
really, that's not what I would do.
Oh, really?
I'd like go be fighting hella people. I like push everything to the max.
Oh, really?
I would like I would want to see, yeah, I just want to see the max in the world. Like I would go to Walmart, right? In the same line, I would push a guy to like get in a fight, and then in the same line, I
Like,
would I
like I
would
call you N word.
no, not like that. But I would want to get in a fight with somebody, and then like that same person and everyone behind them pay for their for their uh
All the
everything in their carts
groceries.
and everything. Like okay, right? I'm in line. I'm gonna be like, hey, you big guy, like I'm gonna fuck you up in the parking lot. And then if he gets mad, I'll be like, and everyone who wants to watch, if you spectate, uh, uh, I'll pay for your groceries today, and then everyone's gonna cheer, and then we go in the parking lot, and then someone's gonna get their ass kicked, but hey, everyone's gonna be there for a good time, and then I want to see everyone's reaction to like seeing like, is he mad? Is he sad? Like, what's wrong with this guy? I feel like people are gonna react in a way that it's gonna break them out of their normal like when
I gotta
people,
see this.
yeah, like people are gonna be like when you pass people and you're like, hey, how you doing? Good, good, good. How are you? If it feels like everyone's so like in like a script, I feel like something like that would break people out, and people would be like strangers right next to each other would be like, bro, did you
Dude,
see that
yeah,
shit?
you
Like,
would just start
bro,
talking.
you
Yeah,
motherfuckers are crazy over
that is
here. Like,
crazy.
I feel like I want to see that.
Dude, you know what? That reminds me like that feeling of like people just like around, just like interacting with each other. Like anytime we go to it, like me and my girlfriend go to a comedy show, or even when we went to the AYG show,
Mhm.
it's like everybody outside is just like, wow, like that was great, and like everybody's just like talking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I love that. Like, oh man, I wish I could just like move into like a neighborhood like up there and just like be there in the like every weekend is probably like that.
Ooh, this one's gonna get a lot of you guys in your little chesties.
Mm,
Some men
chesties.
go through a forest and see no firewood. Success depends on our perspective and our ingenuity. If we remain open to possibilities, we can make full use of the resources at our fingertips.
Mm.
I agree with that. I agree with that. The tree with most leaves will not necessarily produce juicy fruit. A tropical take on a familiar maxim, don't judge a book by its cover. A showy appearance is no guarantee a person's ultimate worth.
Tropical trees.
Okay.
I guess tropical trees don't have a lot of leaves. I never really thought about that.
True. All the like nutrition and everything, I guess, goes towards the plant or
Yeah, like palm trees, like they have coconuts,
it
and they
goes
don't even. They have like 6 leaves.
yeah. Fuck. A bird does not sing because it has an answer. It sings because it has a song. Huh. Don't overthink things. Don't assume that everything about you has a hidden meaning. Similarly, be yourself, do whatever comes naturally, and you'll be in harmony with your surroundings. It's not bad. It's not
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
Um, I'm. This might sound a little racy, but I'm surprised this one came as a Chinese proverb. Like in my opinion, I thought a Chinese proverb would be more about like success
Oh
and
yeah,
like dominating things, but
yeah,
this one's like chill, bro.
yeah. Like who was the one? Who was the one that wrote the like? You cannot have prosperity and have your character.
Did I read that before? If that's
Yeah, you
not
heard that. You read that one already.
no, but like in the before we
Yeah.
then I'm not gonna be able to find that one, Loki.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, the proverb was like, uh, if you build your character, you cannot also have prosperity or something. And it
Mm-hmm.
was, and we were just talking about how like YouTubers that are successful that aren't like really, what's the word, like they don't have really have integrity anymore. But like if that was Chinese, I thought they were all about like prosperity. You know what I mean?
True, true.
They're all like, this year is the
Live a long life and
yeah,
shit.
this year is the year of the pig, and it's like, you know, gold
I think this is the
luck.
year of the rat. I think
Yes, I don't know.
I don't know what I am, but even though you know 1,000 things,
I'm a horse.
ask the man who knows one. Don't be a know-it-all. Regardless of how smart and well-informed you are, there's always an expert whose knowledge of a particular subject outshines yours.
Dude, that's a freaking philosophy I live by, dude.
And even a humble person may have his or her specialty. Here are some Latin phrases that will make you sound smarter. I'm gonna click on this.
Latin phrases.
Yeah.
How would you say them? Are they translated in
Audentes
English?
fortuna iuvat. Do you know that fortune favors the bold? Ooh.
But everybody knows that one.
Fies-
Is that a Latin for real?
festina lente. Hurry slowly. Sounds like an oxymoron, but it's good advice. Repeat it when you want to move forward as quickly as possible, but without getting reckless. While boosting your vocabulary, quit saying festina lente, festina lente.
That reminds me of like
Fuck that shit.
in the army they say stuff like that. Not they don't literally say hurry slowly, but they say slow is smooth and smooth is fast.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. When they
Yeah.
wanted, yeah, when they
When
want
they're
to do
when they
something right,
yeah,
and they
when
want
they're
to
when they're
like,
like traversing buildings that are like dangerous, they're like don't rush anything. Slow is smooth and smooth is
you
fast.
know, like you know how when you watch like, I'm gonna get it wrong. I'm not too into like the government like teams and all that, but like
Yeah.
this, it's not SWAT, but the guys who go to like Afghanistan and
Government
shit.
teams?
But like you know how like it'll be like the Green Beret, it'll be
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
Marines. Like I don't know really the,
Yeah, those sport franchises are pretty
but like
good.
the ones that went to go,
Kill Bin Laden?
what is, what were they? They were like SEAL Team
See the
Six.
Navy SEALs.
Yeah, whoever, man. I mean,
SEAL
hats
Team
off to you. You
6.
took care of
Yeah.
him. Like, good job. But I don't know their names. I'm gonna
Yeah.
be honest.
When they killed Ag Baghdadi,
But
beautiful dogs.
you know when they were doing like exercises and stuff, originally they used to like yell and stuff like that, and like there was like a team,
Yeah.
and there was a guy who was talking about it, and he was like a part of that team, who like they noticed that if they were silent, they did it like 20% better, and they were actually like 100, like percentage. I forgot the percentages, but they were like way better because they had to be way more aware of the people around them, and they didn't have like distractions of noise, like
Yeah.
anything that was sounding off. It was more clues rather than
Yeah.
something they had to compete with like everything going on around them. It was just
Yeah.
more information. So they realized that being like you're saying, like slow is fast and fast is slow. Like you can do shit like trying to get to your goal as fast as possible,
Uh-huh.
but in doing so, you can like stop like your operations in sort of a way and realize like what's working and what's not, and then
Yeah.
still continue with the goal,
Yeah.
but then fix it so that you're doing it way faster in the
Yeah.
process. So yeah, this one's also cool because it's a Mexican proverb. It says,
Oh.
"It's not enough to learn how to ride; you must learn also how to fall."
Dude,
It's not
that's
bad.
true. I like that one.
It's not bad.
That's the have you ever tried like have you ever seen videos of like stuntmen like teaching people how to fall correctly?
No.
It's like there is like a way to fall without hurting yourself. Like you ever see basketball, they always like push themselves in the
Yeah,
NBA.
they're supposed to do
They're
that.
supposed to do that.
I always wonder why they like. I'm always like, don't do that. Don't do
Like
it.
exaggerating.
Don't do it.
It's just like so they can lose momentum over more time.
Yeah, this. Yeah, I understand. Hunger is felt by a slave, and hunger is felt by a king.
Ah,
Hunger is felt by a slave, and hunger is felt by a king.
yeah. I don't think it's the same hunger though.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to see because one of them is spelled with the uppercase H, and the hunger by the king is with the lowercase. Loki, I don't like that one.
I understand it. I mean, I guess both the slave and the king can hunger for more power regardless. You know what I mean?
There's a Cuban one that says cheese, wine, and friends must be old to be good.
Cheese, wine, and friends.
Yeah,
Why are your friend? What if you're a young guy?
that's what I'm saying, bro.
These Cubans, fucking.
Like cheese and wine, friendship ripens and develops over time. Be careful who you trust. Don't rush into a shallow intimacy and expect it to be equal
Do they have the Spanish one?
the value of long established bonds. I mean, I can kind of see what they're saying, but at the same time, it's like,
Yeah, but does it the Spanish one in there? Because maybe it's just a bad English translation.
no.
Ah,
Even from a foe, a man may learn wisdom.
hmm.
I mean, true.
That's like yeah, okay.
I mean, I learned something
Sure.
from him beating my ass. I guess.
I guess I did learn that his right hook is deadly.
Shit, I learned that he can fuck me up.
They did tell me that, but I was skeptical.
I wanted to test him myself.
I should have rubbed my frying pan. Too bad he had super hops. Just still looking at Proverbs.
Yeah, low key. But we don't have to anymore. We can start rounding it out.
Yeah, I think we got one more little question in the box, right?
No, we have zero.
No, there's one more. I had written one. Did it fall?
I can look, but I'm
Oh,
pretty sure.
what? No way.
Are you sure you put it in there?
Yeah, I did. I remember writing it. Okay, I remember the question though.
Okay.
Okay, the question was, out of all the Adam Sandler movies, which Adam Sandler would you be?
Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore?
I think
Okay,
yeah.
why?
I don't know if I should say everything.
The
In
Modern Family mom?
in the no no in the movie of Happy Gilmore, the like you're familiar with the premise, like pretty good.
Yeah, I watched it.
Um, what's it called? They're trying to take his grandma's family, and that
Yeah, his
literally
house,
happened to
the
my
house,
grandma.
right?
Yeah, in Mexico, like Loki, she wants me to go, and I Loki want to go. And if I go, I'm like 90% sure I'm like gonna get in a fight with like family that I don't even know. But like
Yeah,
I'm willing to get in a fight with them because like every time she has went, she goes by herself, and like apparently from what I hear, they like like uh they the whole reason that it's that there's like bad blood is because they own like land together, her and my grandpa.
yeah,
And so like when she goes over, like they have to sign shit or whatever. And like from what I hear, they're like very disrespectful towards her, and like they will like purposely like do shit like that's like what the fuck, like she's an old woman, like
yeah,
you're gonna do that shit. So like in Happy Gilmore, whenever like the guy is like rude to his grandma, and then he like fucks him up, and
yeah,
like like in obviously it's a movie, right? But he like grabs like irons. He like is willing to fuck people. Like, bro, that's what I
yeah.
want to do, and like that's how I like. That's what I want to do, and that's why I'm not gonna say too much in case anything happens. But like, yeah, bro,
Yeah, I think he fought like some of the guys that were moving stuff out of the
that's what I'm
house,
saying.
right?
He's I'm like I'm not even playing like whatever, right? Like I could say this and get my ass beat. It doesn't matter if I go and get my ass beat. I'm still gonna go and like fight hella people on site, and I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it, and I'm not saying this to sound like a tough guy, but like genuinely, like out of every single one, I think Happy Gilmore,
Yeah,
like out of every single one, bro. Fuck yeah.
Happy Gilmore. Man, I don't know who I would be now. I think I think I was I forgot what the name of the movie was, but there's this one movie where he's like he just like owns like a burger bar, like a burger like place, and he like writes Christmas cards that are like very terrible,
Oh,
and
he owns a pizza place.
yeah, pizza place, and he earns an inheritance for like his from like his
I know
super
exactly what you're
wealthy
talking
uncle.
about. Oh shit.
Yeah, that one's cool.
Yeah,
I
I
like
know
that one.
exactly what
I
you're
like
talking
that because
about.
he lives like such a simple life, and that he like
And the
basically like gives away all his money almost.
and the butler turns out is the actual the heir to
The
the
heir
whole
to the
thing.
throne,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
the son
Damn,
of the
yeah, I can't
maid.
believe I can't think of that movie.
Dude, that one's not as popular as most of his other movies, but that
Mm-mm.
one's really good.
People love
It's
Big
Longfellow,
Daddy.
something Longfellow, right? I feel like his last name was Longfellow.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I don't know what
Fuck.
the movie's called though.
Big Daddy is a big movie for Adam Sandler, but it's not one
Dude,
of
his
my
apartment's
favorites.
so cool in that movie.
It's pretty cool.
I want an apartment like that. You know when I was a kid, I
In New
thought,
York, bro, I think I have. I visited New York, but I
yeah,
don't see the like when people are like, "I'm gonna go live in New York." I don't see it, man. You would
really?
want to go live in New York?
I've
Like,
never
I
been.
don't hate on it, but
I've never been.
I don't
I
know.
think I would go to the for the comedy scene because I heard that's pretty like there's comedy bars like up and down the block.
But like 2,000, like not even 2,000, like 3,000, 4,000. You're paying for like a place even smaller than this, probably like way
Yeah.
smaller than this.
I've seen videos of like people like, oh, can you show me your apartment? Or how much do you pay? She's like, oh, 800 a month, and then I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. And then they go to this building. She walks up like
It's a
six
fucking
floors,
square.
and it's literally like a triangle. So she has to close the door to move in to like walk in her apartment. And she's like, oh yeah, it doesn't even have a bathroom in here. We
Fuck
have like
that.
a bathroom for the whole floor.
Yeah, yeah, I hate that shit,
And that's just like, bro, like you're just living in this apartment. You're just sleeping in this apartment to live your life. You're not even living here.
dude. Nah, fuck,
You
fuck,
know what I
fuck
mean?
that, fuck that, fuck that.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to live in New York. There's so much cheap, like affordable. I wouldn't say cheap, but like affordable apartments here in Chicago that you just gotta have like a median wage job. Which obviously people say that degrees are a scam, but like just get your degree, man. Just like it's not hard.
Low key.
Well, I mean, obviously everybody's circumstances are different, but hey,
Um, what's it called? we talked about this concept before about ending the podcast like working out a couple of jokes or bits
Oh
that we
yeah, yeah,
have.
yeah.
So I've been writing a couple. I have two. If you aren't ready, I have one that I
Oh
could
yeah. Let me see.
hit you with, and then if you don't have one, I could hit us with another one.
Okay, okay.
So I'll go with
Yeah,
the
you go
longer one that
first.
I have first.
All right.
All right. All right. So everyone, if you're listening to this, this is obviously supposed to be on a stage. So like, there's supposed to be pacing. If I talk like a little bit slower, it's because obviously, like I said, it's supposed to go with the whole joke. But all right. So here we go. The internet is so dangerous. Like we should have never been able to see what our great 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 ancestors thought. It's gonna get connected. It's gonna get to the point where we can click on a person's head and look at all the posts they've ever posted and be like, oldest. And then click on your great grandpapa and it's like all his posts and the oldest one is like retweet busty special abled ladies in your area. Like, oh shit, grandpa, what the fuck? And then you click on grandma's oldest post and it's her grinding on a guy that looks suspiciously like your uncle Greg, and then you show them and be like, look, and then they have a heart attack right there. They're taking all those secrets to the fucking grave.
Both of them.
All right, that's it.
That
That's
was
what I
pretty
got.
funny. Um, I don't have a written one, but I thought about this on the way over here.
All right, let's hear it.
This is okay. So I was at this convenience store, and for you ladies in the crowd, I don't have a preference in terms of skin color or religion.
Racist.
I'm not
Something
like
like that.
that. I'm the opposite of a racist. I love all people. But anyways, there was this black chick in the convenience store, and she was looking kind of fine, and I got no riz, all right. I don't know how to talk to ladies, so I was just kind of following her awkwardly around the store, and finally she like looked at me like following her, and I think she thought I was like trying to like catch her stealing something, but like I didn't work there, so I was like, oh no, I sorry, like I just thought you were really cute. I was wondering if I could have your number, and she was like, no, I heard Mexican. I don't date Mexican guys. I heard they have little dicks, and I was like, what? And I'm a very logical person. I hate when people come to me and they insult me with illogical responses because I just like told her like, okay, does that mean black girls have big pussies? Like,
That's funny. That's funny because a podcast literally got canceled over that exact question.
no, no. What question?
There was a fuck, what was it? There was an Asian podcast and there was a girl, right? And she was Asian and she was like, you know how there's a stereotype about black guys and they have big dicks.
Yeah.
What if because of evolution, right? Black girls and black guys they make black kids. What if black girls they have bigger vaginas because of the black guys? And they do their podcast. They got
Yeah.
canceled.
Yeah, they got canceled because she was being for real.
True.
I was saying that's illogical to say that.
True. I have that's actually really funny because I have a joke to like compliment that.
Yeah.
Like if we're going down like the like like I can see this like a guy is starting to talk about like girls
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like that segment and then so I got slapped by a girl for telling her she's got a lazy eye, but it's not my fault. When I was over here, her eyes were all over me. When I was over there, her eye was all over me. I can't tell. No, no, nothing, nothing. That's all I have written so far. I know I was going somewhere with
What does
it.
that mean? No, no, nothing,
I
nothing.
was going somewhere with it, but
I
I
think you might
forgot.
have had a previous premise in mind, probably.
Yeah, I think I was gonna put like no, no, nothing, nothing. You gotta put both your eyes on me or something like that. I forgot. Obviously, we're punching it up, guys. If you guys have any ideas to punch it up, leave it down in the comments down below.
Yeah,
But what about my first one?
I think that one's really solid. I like that one, especially I really like story based jokes. I
Oh,
think you can definitely segue that very easily.
grandpapa.
Yeah,
What do you call your grand or
I know I'm Mexican, but and I speak to all of my grandparents in Spanish, but I call all of them grandpa and grandma. I
uh
never learned like abuelita, abuelita,
oh for
or
real?
tita or tito. I call them all. I'll be calling my grandma who only speaks Spanish, and I'll be like, Grandma. Like I'll say it like that. Grandma.
I mean, like my in both of my families, I definitely learned. Actually, you know what I think about it? In both of my families, I learned both of my grandmas. I know them by nicknames first. Like
Oh
that would be
wow.
more natural for me,
Yeah.
and then it would be definitely nicknamed like 90% of the time, and then if I had to, be like abuela for both. No, for my mom's side, from my grandma, from my dad's side, probably way more comfortable. And then last, they would both definitely understand, but I've said it maybe like a handful of times in my life, would be like grandma.
Yeah.
Like they would definitely turn around, like hear my voice, but like they'd be like they definitely look at me weird because I don't say that at
Yeah.
all.
I say that every time. That's that's just. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
honestly, it's like what because like if you said abuelita, would they look at you weird? I think it would be the same reaction almost.
Well, no, I think it's because all my other cousins probably call them tita. I'm the only one that
Oh,
calls them
oh,
grandma.
literally, you're the only
Yeah.
one, even Moy.
Yeah. My Moy says tita.
Oh, you're just weird.
I'm just weird.
What the fuck? Okay, what? That's just weird. That's
But I
just
hang
on
out with my
you.
grandma the most out of all her
So you just be
grandkids.
disrespecting her just the most.
No, she knows that I that's just what I call her. And
Oh.
she knows it means abuelita, so
The, I didn't know this, but the nickname that I call my dad's mom for like my whole life, I
yeah.
didn't know until I was like 10 or 11. I was calling her the Spanish word for ox,
What is it?
huella.
yeah.
I'm just calling her huella. I don't know why. Oh, I think I know it because I would try to say abuelita and then I would be like abue, or like I couldn't do it,
Where?
so they would just be like, just call her huella, and then I would just keep saying that, and then I'd be
Dude,
like,
that's like literally like dude.
I'd be like 10, being like, "Way yeah," and then like I noticed like we'd be like family parties and people would be like, "What the fuck, way yeah," and then
Yeah,
and then like I was like 11, and then someone told me like, "Why are you calling her that?" And I was like, "What do you mean?
that's her name.
What's her name?"
Like, yeah, you
That's
I
way yeah. What are you talking
what are
about?
you talking about, dude? That's literally her name.
And then that they broke my like my mind in two different segments because they were like one that's you're literally calling her like a big fat ox, and then two like no they opened my mind to the fact that I was the only one calling her Wea. No one else was calling her Wea.
Yeah.
Like in my I had never noticed that in my whole entire fucking life, bro. Like no like like my dad doesn't even call her my dad calls her Jefa, which is like chief or
It
whatever, like
means boss.
boss lady in like Spanish.
Yeah.
She's like Jefa. Um, his brothers like that's the thing. Like people might think like, oh, you're Mexican, so everyone has to say abuela. Like there's definitely people who say
Yeah.
abuela, but like my dad's brother, who's the youngest one in the family, but still he's older than me by like a couple years. Like I think he's about to be like 29, and I don't know. So he's around there, right? He calls her mom, and she perfectly understands. Like he doesn't say mama or like mami. He says it like mom, but she like knows,
Yeah.
like
I say grandma.
it's just, yeah. It's like whatever. It's like literally whatever. But then, my dad calls her Hefa. He has two sisters that are older than that guy. They call her either like mommy or mama, or uh fuck. I forgot what my not my grandpa, my uncle, my dad's younger brother, but still older than him. I forgot what he calls her, but he has his own nickname too. So yeah, it's just whatever people call each other, man.
Yeah.
What are you gonna have your like if you have grandkids? What do you think you would want? You think you want
My
pops?
girlfriend always asks me that, and she's like, because she's always like, "You're
Oh,
such an American dude. Like, what would you make them call you pops or granddad?"
Loki.
And I'm
Look,
like,
that's why I'm curious too. I'm like,
uh,
what would you? I don't see you. I don't see abuelo.
I don't see that either. I'm like, I think I'd look at my grandkids weird if they called me that. I'd be like, "Who the hell taught you Spanish?"
Get that out of
Get the
here.
fuck out! Yeah, scram! Get out of here!
Nah, I'm
I'm
teaching
gonna
them.
call Barack Obama on your
Nah,
ass.
low key, I'm gonna make sure they have way better Spanish than me.
Yeah,
I,
no, for sure.
I think that's a disservice because
Yeah.
it's not even for other like people might think like yeah you have to do it for your culture,
Oh
but
yeah,
like
tradition. It's like no, bro. They can get better jobs.
on literally
Yeah.
because like besides I think China, in America we're like blinded to think that like English is like the number one language, but like
Yeah.
in most of the world it's Spanish
Spanish.
dominated. It's only
Spanish.
Mandarin and all of that because they literally have the numbers in China,
Population. Yeah.
but
I think Indian is the or a language spoken in
Oh yeah,
India
yeah, yeah, yeah,
is
yeah.
the most spoken language in the world.
But it's by population. Like if you
Yeah,
go, like you can't go to like
England.
yeah, you can't go to England speaking whatever the fuck they speak in
Yeah,
India, but you can go with your dialect of Spanish to like Spain,
yeah.
Colombia,
Anywhere
Venezuela,
in South America,
even
and
in
it.
Brazil, you kind of like
Yeah, I my Spanish
poco
teacher,
poco 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 poquito.
even in
No, muy grande.
anywhere. Tú
Poco
tienes grande, yo tengo grande.
tú, yo poquito. Ah, no, no, they're like yo poquito. Tú bien gorda.
¿Tú tienes galleta grande?
Tú,
¿Galleta grande?
tú cara feo. Tú, yes, $5.
¿Dollar?
Whatever, whatever gets him some licky licky.
No mucho dinero, you. No mucho dinero, you.
All right, I think with that, this episode is a fucking wrap.
Grandma!
This episode's a wrap. We're gonna get the fuck out of here. If you guys like this one, hit us up on the next episode, and yeah, we're gonna get the fuck out of here.
All right, see you guys.
Bye, guys.